We have reviewed the 5 books of law, the 12 books of history, and now we are reviewing the 5 books of poetry and wisdom. Today let's look at Proverbs. A proverb is defined as a short sentence conveying some moral truth or practical lesson in a concise, pointed form. There were at least 3 authors. Solomon wrote most of the book, being the first 29 chapters. Then Agur wrote chapter 30, and King Lemuel, along with his mother, wrote chapter 31. Solomon was born in Jerusalem and was the son of David and Bathsheba, that we read about in 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 24. The name Solomon means peaceful. Nathan calls Solomon by another name, Jedediah, which means beloved of the Lord. He became king of Israel after his father David and began his reign about 970 BC when he was approximately 20 years old. What were some of Solomon's accomplishments? Quite a few. He built the temple of God in Jerusalem, 1 Kings chapters 5 and 6. His father David had planned it, but Solomon actually built it. He built his great palace we read about in 1 Kings chapter 7. He developed Israel as a commercial power, 1 Kings chapter 10, 2 Chronicles 9. He accumulated one of the greatest masses of wealth ever known. At Solomon's request, God gave him great wisdom, where he ended up writing 3,000 proverbs and over 1,000 songs. Solomon reigned for 40 years in tremendous splendor. But what were some of his failures? Well, he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. And many of them were not Jews, but were from other cultures, other nations. And they influenced Solomon to turn to idolatry and worship other gods. 1 Kings chapter 11. The book of Proverbs provided for the Jews and for us today principles for godly living in a simple, poetic style that can easily be memorized. Proverbial teaching is one of the most ancient methods of instruction, especially in the Eastern world. It is classed as wisdom and poetic literature because of its content and form. To summarize the book, chapters 1 through 10 counsel for young men. Chapters 11 through 20 would be counsel for all men, and chapters 21 to 31 would be considered counsel for rulers. Oh, there's many lessons for us today. Number 1, the fear of Jehovah is the beginning of wisdom. 2, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. 3, illicit sex is the bait that draws one into a deadly trap. 4, first godliness, then wisdom. These are life's greatest treasures. Young people, listen to your parents. Work is an honorable profession. Laziness is an evil desire that will ruin the most promising life. Strong drink is the sport of fools. Whatever you sow, you will surely reap. A good name is far more valuable than worldly treasures. And next to salvation, a worthy woman is the greatest blessing a man can ever obtain. Proverbs.